talked to you. Just walk us through the process when you hit the portal and kind of what you liked about Ole Miss to land here.
When I first hit the process, like it was a little stressful when I first hit the portal. I had a lot of teams coming at me left and right. I feel like Ole Miss, it just felt right. Like I liked the way, like when I had talked to Kiffin, I liked the way that he ran the team, how they do practice, like just everything. It just all in line. Like the time frame of when I had to leave my apartment in Florida, things like that, everything just aligned. So, I came on my visit, and then after my visit, I seen what I had to see, and I was done. I ain't had to talk to nobody else.
Kind of, you and Walter kind of new to the line, but your thoughts on Ivy and Pegues and what y'all four might can bring.
J.I. and JJ, they're veteran guys that's played in the SEC before, and those guys really have helped me and Walter out. Coming into a new system that I haven't been before in Pete's defense, and they've really just helped me out. Learning this new defense, and I just feel like we could be one of the best D lines in the SEC.
Does it still feel a little surreal to be at a different SEC school than the one where you were the last couple of years? And then along those lines, have you thought ahead to what it emotionally will be like for you to go back to play in Gainesville in a different uniform?
It does feel a little weird. Like I'll be scrolling on Instagram and I'll see like the Florida Gator page post them at practice, and I'm like, damn, I'm not there no more. Like it's kind of weird. Like, but nah, yeah, it's still like it hasn't really hit all the way yet, for real. But because I was there for a long time, and it's not like I was just there for 2 seasons and left. I was there for 4 years, so it's a new change, and I'm gonna be happy to go back over there and play another game in the Swamp.
Just for the Ole Miss fans who haven't seen you play, how would you describe your gameplay?
Fast. I'll say more. I'll say finesse, but I do get aggressive when needed.
And just last year, what do you think you excelled at, and some things you wanted to work on this offseason?
I feel like last year I excelled at get pass rushing. I didn't have like my sacks. It wasn't double digit. It didn't like pop off the screen. But if you go and watch the film, I would get to the quarterback a lot, like right before he would throw the ball and things like that. So I had a lot of good pass rush reps. I feel like I was one of the best in the country as far as pass rushing. I feel like this season I could work on something that from last season I could work on better is my drops and my attacking the run game a little bit. But I feel like here I'm getting coached harder for things like that. I feel like at Florida, like the way I was coached, it was kind of like it was almost as if like they was just telling me to go out there and use my talent, if that makes sense. But here, Coach Lou and Coach Coach Lou and Coach Joyner, they really on me about the little things, attacking the run. Coach Lou really goes through the progressions of the drops and the routes that are being run when I have to go into coverage. Like when I was at Florida, it was like they would just tell me, go drop to this area, and I would have to figure out everything else on my own. But here, they go real into depth. I feel like I'm actually getting, developed here.
I answered it at the end there, but I was going to ask just what is the differences or maybe challenges that you've seen right off the bat coming into the system that Golding has?
You said challenges of what?
Just kind of adapting to this new system that Golding has enacted.
I feel like the challenge, it's just, just learning a new defense. I ain't going to lie, like, in the past, at Florida, I had 3 different defensive coordinators, but it's never been as hard as learning Coach Golden's defense. But I also see why he's had so much success as a defensive coordinator, because, his defense is difficult to learn, but once you learn it and you see why you have to do the things that you have to do, you see why, he's had some of the top defenses in the country. It just makes a lot of sense. But, yeah, he's just, like, this is like the 4th week I think I've been learning the defense, and it's getting easier and easier as it goes on, but I'm not going to lie, it is one of the hardest defenses I had to learn.
What are some of your goals for spring practice this year?
Spring practice, just to get better at the things that I'm not already, close to or elite at. Like, for example, just like getting into like working on my coverages, like I've already seen, like me and Lou have talked about it, like a big difference in my, like when I drop into coverage from when we started OTAs in week 1 into now going into practice 5 or 6. But yeah, just I would say mainly my coverages and then attacking the run and being consistent, you know, going hard, 100% play in and play out.
Last week we talked to Jackson and JJ Pegues, and they said that they really played a big role in helping get some of these portal guys in and help recruit. I guess who are your biggest recruiters?
Jackson. And it was yeah, Jackson, you know, he would call me, FaceTime me all the time. And it was kind of, I wouldn't say it was weird, but you know, in the past like even to this day, like I still talk to Jackson a lot, but in the past I feel like at my last place I was at, the quarterbacks were always like to themselves, or they only hung out with like one guy and didn't really talk to everybody. But you know, Jackson is like a team guy. You know, he talks to everybody on the team. He's cool with everybody on the team. It's still kind of weird to me because like I'm just so used to not ever talking to the quarterbacks. Like in my past schools, you know, the quarterbacks were always to themselves and only talk to the offensive guys. But Jackson, you know, he talks to everyone. He's involved with everyone. Appreciate it. How do you pronounce your last name? Umanmielen. Yeah.